So what's that Nerf gun about? There's this huge community of adults who are desperately clinging on to their childhood like me and have started buying up Nerf guns because they realise that they have the money and that they can, but to make it slightly more legitimate, they modify them. Now this particular one I modified for my girlfriend's birthday. She was at the time a little annoyed because she couldn't find anything which was specifically designed for left-handed people. So using some clockwork that I got from a barometer and kind of a list of steampunk designs, I went about putting together this Nerf gun that would fire only for left-handers. So the clockwork actually blocks off the right-hand entry to the trigger, so you can't actually get at it. And then the clockwork itself was hooked up inside so that only she could really fire it. Now this kind of took on a new meaning as when I was fiddling about with it I ended up knocking about the insides, and now she's the only one who can get it working anymore. I made a nice little pedestal for it. It's mostly based on Victorian steampunk designs, so it has a combination of kind of the China effect, which was really getting popular around kind of the mid 1850s. A lot of silk and a little bit of leather on the handle. The wood effect was done just using paint, and then there's a lot of brass. There's a couple of other little touches in there as well. Eva herself has some Polish roots, so I got a Polish złoty and glued it onto the side. There's also this big brass "Made in England" plaque which I've glued onto one side as well. The back I don't really have any good photos of, but originally I put in 2 spirit levels so that you could line it up absolutely perfectly. But the problem is that they kind of leaked. So yeah, unfortunately we ended up with the whole thing getting stained with spirits from spirit level. It kind of started a bit of a thing in terms of the steampunk weaponry, because having made it and a nice little pedestal as well, a friend of mine came to me with a BB gun and he said he wanted me to modify it, so I did. Specifically from Firefly, so if you've clicked the Firefly link then you already know what all that's about. The only last thing that I needed to give it was a name, so in the end I dubbed it the Vicious Mongoose.